The USS Iowa. This thing's massive.
Ships to shoot at. And what ended up happening is the ship does a lot of escort duty for carriers, protecting them against aircraft. So
some wash dishes here.
These training rails, right, so everything gets lower as the ship gets modernized.
So what would be original cable?
Well, I mean, I'm not the administration, but I think this armor stuff is,
Sir. What is this meal?
Fucking bigger than the Canadian ones.
They got like 10 people in.
What's this one?
It says PLB here.
Plumber drain?
Plumbing drain.
Oh, it's an Hollister one.
And the direction it goes.
oh my god!
Plumber's drain.
Yeah. No, commander is like. That would be like maybe left-hand commander. Commander would be your excellent touch, right? I figure that out.
Officer's bathroom.
All sorts of blank. Beer locker. Pardon me.
It's like an old man there wheezing. I can see he got lost and shit. Crazy.
Oh, we're in the gun parts now. Can we?
So this is the gun canister hatch. Tow rounds up here. From the bottom of the ship. It's hard to see, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4 stories down.
No, not captain. Definitely not captain.
I hope we can go upstairs and see that. No, so we're on.
See everything.
Battleship Iowa welcomes Carlos Alvarado, E4, United.
Gun turret here, second gun.
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's bigger. We're on conference.
Kitchen for the captain's.
So,
Roosevelt stayed here. Excuse me?
presidential suite.
Yes. Roosevelt. And plus you can see who he brought with him. You know about World War II. Leahy is chief of staff, George Marshall, head of the Army. This level, one from this level up to the bridge. And also
Captain's bedroom. Port bedroom. Personal bathroom. some of the walkways. So this is the captain's import kitchen, personal kitchen for entertaining guests while he's in port. Officer's bathroom. The other journal. More ladder areas.
Drink a minute. Who gets to kill? Does they all get to kill, or?
Yeah. Get to cider. It's a pan.
Fire suppression. .30-inch caliber gun. 38 caliber guns. Flag bridge. It's a bomb-proof
Not all carriers will go to see what the 3-star.
door. It's got to be at least 4,000 pounds. Size of the door.
On the one in the
See it all. There you go. Safe in this room. Talking 17 inches of armor. Supposed to be big here. The other side of the navigation room. So, 17.3 inches of armor.
Your compressor breaks down, you gotta have everything run by pneumatics, you gotta have the cylinders to run that pressure.
Oh, that's true. I never thought about that.
You gotta back up.
Plus,
Yeah.
Commanding officer, those are confidence against all.
Your sleeping quarters.
Because it was too hot, there wasn't enough air down there. And my bedroom was right under this center gun here on the fan jail, under that 16-inch gun turret. That's where I slept right there all the time, because it was cool up here at night. It's very hot down.
40s and the Korean War, we had a closed circuit TV system on board the ship too, so we could show video cassettes of movies or TV shows, just like at all. So yeah, I kind of think we were a little spoiled in the movies with everything.
Hi, my name is David Campbell. I served on Iowa from 1987 to 1989, and this was my home. In 80 years, you just about never more than me.
The stairs cases are here. Some more floors. There are kitchens for galleys. Bakery. Kitchen areas. Bakery, I guess this would be called. This would be the Galley Kitchen, eating quarters. Soup kitchen, what do I call it? Child line. And this is where you eat your child. This is a medic station. This would basically be the wok station for dishes. And this is electrical lab for testing equipment. Some more of the Galley Igors. Ice paint is used here.
Yeah, and if you want to, Hermosa Beach on Pier Avenue has a great bunch of clubs. I mean, they got jazz, they got western, they got all kinds of stuff on that one Pier Avenue street. So.
Backsection USS Iowa.
Turret 2 behind it. Each turret weighs as much as a U.S. destroyer weighs, over 2,000 tons. Nope. Most of that weight is armor. 50% of this ship's weight is armor. You literally are on the most armored vessel in the world today. Navy ships today do not have armor. The most armor I've seen on a recent Navy ship was about 2 inches of Kevlar. So again, these ships were literally built in World War II to go up against the might of the German, Japanese Navy, like the Bismarck, the Tirpitz, the Yamato, and go out and sink them. If you look behind you at the horizon, how far is the horizon, approximately?
50 clicks?
Say again.
50 kilometers?
Nah, that's closer to 10 to 12 miles. These guns can fire more than double that range, accurately. Now, most people say, so what? We got missiles that can go 2,000 to 3,000 miles. Yeah, they're made of aluminum, plastic seeker heads, all this stuff. You can shoot them down, they're just fast. But if you take a look down here, you'll see a round next to turret 1. It's black and it has a yellow tip. That's an AP round, armor piercing. That one bullet weighs 2,700 pounds. That one bullet hitting your block would level your whole block. Make a hole about 20 feet deep, 50 foot wide. Now I'm 5'11", I can stand in the crater and look up. So if you guys need a swimming pool today, just give us a call. And by the way, if it's City Hall, we'll do it for free. We know where the real enemy is, right? It's the politician. All right. B-25. Don't have many of those anymore. The other thing you might want to know, the last class of battleship, the North Carolina, the Alabama class, they made this ship 150 feet longer. Where you're standing right now on the bow, they made it 150 feet. Why? So it would go through the water more smoothly. And then they doubled the horsepower. From 110,000 horsepower, this ship is 215,000 horsepower. And it could do 38, 39 knots, maxed out. All right? I've got 3-year sea time on LPHs, LPNs, troop ships, ships built in the 50s and 60s. Not one of them can go as fast as this one. This is a bear. So again, it kind of gives you a feel for it. If you look at the spinning radar, just below that is a gray cylinder. That is a Mark 38 World War II radar, one of the oldest in existence today. That radar could see over the horizon 15, 20 miles, see the splash of those rounds. All right? It was so good they were still using that exact same radar with a few changes during Vietnam and Desert Storm in the 90s. There's a saying in the United States Navy, if it ain't broke,
don't fix it.
There you go. So again, it won't broke. About the only changes to that radar, they removed the old vacuum tubes for all us old guys who remember those things. And they put in transistors, transistorize it, a few more bangs, booms, whistles, lights, that type of thing. But overall, it's the same fire control radar for turret 1 and turret 2. Another interesting note, what made these ships so deadly? There's also an onboard computer. Is it digital? When was digital built? I want to say in the 60s. I think it was in the 60s. This computer was built in the late 30s. It's an analog computer, mechanical. No, it's 2 levels below us in Fort Plot. This computer uses gears that mesh, rods that move. It gives you algorithms of range, elevation, distance to target. During Vietnam, in the Tonkin, Yankee Station, they tried to put this newfangled thing called digital on board to change out the fire control. Well, guess what? The old analog worked better than the digital. So again, sometimes old is better. Not always, but sometimes. So it's pretty amazing. With that, the radar, the pitch roll and yaw gyros, for example, if you know anything about ballistics, you know about artillery, you know the rounds go out like this, you're on the deck, you're firing rounds downrange. But you got a little problem in the Navy. Your ships do this in the water. No, they do this, right? That's why I get seasick, right? They do this in the water. If you're looking at a target off in the distance, you got your reticle on it, what do you think it's doing?
Always move.
Okay? And if you're in manual mode, you're waiting till the ship goes down. As it's coming up, you try to adjust and you might hit it. Might. I doubt it. All right? But remember, this is the big artillery for the Navy. I know this is Hollywood, or as I like to call it, Hollyweird, because the thing is, they're always showing great movies, but they don't always get the facts right. Anybody see that movie called Battleship about 3 years ago? Where the aliens come down and the USS Missouri takes it on and all this stuff. Pretty cool. Cool movie. Not bad. The thing is, they show 5 guys picking up one of those rounds and carrying it 100 yards. Ain't happening. All of you guys here are not going to pick up that round. It's going to squash you. So again, kind of gives you a feel for it. The thing is, this ship has Guinness World Record of hitting a target 26.9 miles away on the move. That's pretty good. You guys know where Catalina is. Turn that way, wave bye-bye. Where this ship is setting right now, if it was fully armored, fully loaded, with the type of shells it has, it could level Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is pretty darn big. So again, kind of gives you a feel for it. The other thing you might want to note, the glassed-in area, that's the 04 level. That's the bridge. You got the armored conning tower with the navigator behind the steering wheel, and the captain would run the ship from there. But here's something unique. Just below the glassed-in area, you'll see these slots. And if you don't see them, move to the left or the right of the guns. Does everybody see them? Yeah. All right. That's the 03 flag bridge. This ship is a capital ship, which means what? Capital ship. Admirals, absolutely. There was always an admiral on board this ship. People in your history books. Admiral Nimitz, Admiral Halsey, Admiral Lee sat right up there. When you get up there, you'll see a chair with 3 stars on it, a picture of Admiral Halsey. You also see pictures of admirals from the Korean War and also the Cold War. And so again, wherever this ship went, a fleet followed or was around it usually. So it kind of gives you an interesting idea of the whole deal. So guys, the other thing, how many of you saw the 5-inch, 20 millimeter, and 40 millimeter rounds on the side? Okay. This circle right here is where a 40 millimeter gun mount would have been in a gun crew. This circle is a 20 millimeter, a 40 millimeter pom-pom gun, 220s, all the way above the glass. the 05 level. And so in World War II, you could not walk on this ship without tripping over a gun mount. And so, they removed all the 20s and the 40s by the end of the Korean War. Anybody know why? Jets, exactly. A newfangled contraption, jets. Because in World War II, the pom-pom guns were for shooting down props, okay? But here's a question I always get asked. Why do you need these little 50 caliber machine guns when you got the big guns? Pirates. Pirates, absolutely. Pirates, repelling borders, salesmen. You know, well, my personal opinion. All right, you should always, every home should have one. I totally believe in the Second Amendment. The crime rate would drop. All right? So again, kind of gives you a feel for it in that situation. The other thing you might want to note is behind here. These gentlemen are leaning on these steering wheels. These actual wheels, these are for the port side. This is the brake for the anchor chain, and this is for speed control. Okay? The anchor chains are 1,080 feet long. Each one of these links weighs 128 pounds. And if you got a motorcycle, don't try this at home, right? Don't put them on your bicycle.
It's made of steel or lead or what?
Yeah. If you look at the decking, this is one of the most dangerous areas on the ship when the anchors are being moved up and down. They didn't simply just slide in and out. The decking here is reinforced because when the chains were lowered or raised, the chains bounced up and down. You did not want to be there unless you want to lose your extremities. So again, kind of gives you an idea how that works. And if you want to see one of the anchors, if you look on the dock here, one of the anchors is right over here. It weighs 30,000 pounds. So it kind of gives you a feel for it. The last thing, if you look at the bow, you look at the jack staff, you'll see a flag. I don't think it's unfurled right now. No. That is the oldest flag in the United States Navy. John Paul Jones flew that flag. It's called the Don't Tread on Me flag. There's a big snake in the middle. The United States Navy used to have a flag. It was a blue field with white stars. 14 years ago, they removed it and added this one after 9/11, after the bombing of the Twin Towers. Why does the Navy fly that flag? To tell terrorists everywhere we won't put up with it. So that flag is flown in every port in the world today. So it kind of gives you a clue. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your tour. A lot of people just like to take pictures right up